And in today's video, I'll be going over my thoughts and opinions on the recent news of XRP and where it can all go. I'll be giving you my analysis, I'll be breaking down the numbers, and I'll be going through why I think XRP can realistically go to $26. But before I jump into the video, 72% of you guys who watch our videos aren't subscribed. So if you love what we're doing at CryptoBusy and you want to see more, subscribe today and join the CryptoBusy community. We also have a Patreon, and in that we have the VIP CryptoBusy VIP coin calls, where we go through multiple trading setups and potential coin breakouts each month and also every week. On top of that, we do have a webinar that if you're a part of the VIP coin calls, you can join every other week. So make sure that you join the VIP coin calls, $25 a month, loads of trading setups and potential coin breakouts. Love to see you over there. We also have a Twitter, so make sure that you follow us on Twitter, a great crypto community on Twitter. So make sure that you join us on Twitter. Love to see you over there as well. So a lot of stuff has happened recently with XRP. It's been quite some time since I've made a video that's solely dedicated to XRP. Purely because, we've got to look at the news and, you see other channels out there that just pump out videos on XRP every single day. And in my opinion, they're sounding like a broken record. The only time to make a video about a certain coin is when there's actually any need to. So the need is when there's news, when there's new insight, and when there's new analysis to go through. And I feel like now is the time to go through some new XRP news and give you my thoughts and opinions of what's happening. Throughout this video, I'll be saying some things, so make sure that you comment down below what you think and what your thoughts are on what I've been saying. And I'll be responding to some of your comments below as well. So the latest news for XRP is that federally chartered banks and thrifts may provide custody services for crypto assets. The question you have to ask yourself, if you're a Bitcoin maximalist, all those years ago when people were saying the Bitcoin is coming from the banks and, Bitcoin is a hedge against the banks and, the banks are bad and everything like that. Well, now the banks are coming to get your crypto. So, you have to ask yourself, as a Bitcoin maximalist, as a person who's saying that crypto is going to destroy the banking sector, you have to be realistic about these sort of things. Can the banks really be destroyed by an asset? If you can't beat them, join them. And this is what the banks are doing. They're saying, well, we can't beat crypto, so we're going to join them. And we're going to keep hold of your crypto assets and keep them safe. You have to make your own mind up about that, whether you think the banks are going to keep your cryptocurrency safe. All I know is that I like to use a Ledger Nano X, link in the description below so you can check it out for yourselves. It's a great tool to use to hold your crypto assets. I use it as well. Very easy to use, especially with the Ledger Live. But, with banks using everything, it is interesting to see this. It's an interesting turn of developments because all these years back, I remember talking so much about this back in 2018, back in 2019, about a guy called Mark Carney, who was the governor for the Bank of England. And at one point, he was completely against cryptocurrency, against Ripple and everything like that. And then eventually he softened his tone about it. And now we're seeing news articles like this. And it is a big, big thing for XRP. It's also a big thing for crypto as well. So it will, I think, in my opinion, release that floodgate and open the floodgates for the cryptocurrency markets, and I think also for Ripple as well. This will be a big turning point in what is happening for cryptocurrencies. So, this is very interesting. I'll leave this article linked in the description below so you can check it out for yourselves in further detail. So XRP itself at the moment, it's currently trading at 20 cents of a dollar. That's a very key resistance level, but it's also a very key support level. And we keep on seeing go up in the past few days. And in my opinion, the next key resistance level is that 21 cents of a dollar. Now, I'll be going through some extra and more information, chart analysis later on in this video, but I'm just going to go over some surface level stuff at the moment. So you can see here, I'm using Lunar Crush, and this is showing the chart of XRP. The blue line is the volatility line, and you can see how it just goes up and down all the time. I don't know how particularly accurate it is, but it does give a good representation of where things are going. The volatility is there, and the interest of cryptocurrency and XRP is similar to 2017, and I would say even probably more than that from what we're seeing. It's very interesting times that we're living in at the moment, certainly in the world and the current climate that we're living in the moment. And, if we take into account everything that Ripple's doing to solve the banking crisis that's out there, and what XLM's doing, what Stellar Lumens are doing to solve the people who are unbanked in the world, there's a lot of cryptocurrency and companies out there that are trying to solve real world issues that I feel that we need to harness and solve to get into the next industrial revolution, because that's where we're headed. We're headed towards the fourth industrial revolution, or industrial revolution 4.0, that's what it's called. What we've been seeing, you've seen the first industrial revolution, bringing the manufacturing from your home into a big facility. And you had the second industrial revolution that happened with World War II, with cars and everything, and planes. And then you had the third industrial revolution with the microchip. And now we're going into the fourth industrial revolution with AI, with crypto, with blockchain, all these things. And Ripple is at the forefront. That's just my opinion. Do let me know what you think down in the comments below. Some extra articles here about the US bank regulator grants authority for national banks, federal savings associations to custody crypto. It's a very interesting and pivotal point that we're seeing at the moment. The key people to look up are the US Office of the Comptroller of Currency, the OCC. These are the people to look into. So also make sure that you do your own research. Now, another thing that I keep on talking about and saying is this argument that Ripple themselves, they dump XRP onto the market. And that is just not the case. There is an XRP distribution curve. So the idea is that every month, Ripple will release about 1 billion XRP onto the market. And I'll break down those numbers in a second, because some people will say, well, what do they mean by dumping it onto the market? I'll go through that in a second here. But this is the XRP distribution curve. And you can see here, it's sort of an exponential sort of curve. And it's not just a 1 to 2 year plan. This chart here, if you look at the x-axis along the bottom here, it goes from 0 up to 30 years. 30 years, that's going to take a long time. So 30 years from now is 2050. So this is not just, a 1 to 2 year thing. This is a lifetime in some respects that this is going to be taking. So, we have to see it from that perspective as well. So make sure that you look at this chart. I'll also leave this article linked in the description below, so you can check this out in further detail. I believe this was written quite a few years ago now. Yeah, back in 2017. So this is back in 2017, and this is talking about the XRP distribution curve. Further on to that, what I mean by Ripple dumping XRP onto the market every month, that's not the case. It's just showing the distribution between different exchanges that are out there. So you've got Binance is the biggest and largest exchange in the world. Then you've got Bitrue, Bitstamp, Kraken's down here somewhere as well. So major, exchanges are using XRP, and you can see here as well the breakdown of the pairs on each exchange. So this is a very interesting chart. I'll also leave that linked in the description below. So can mathematical targets for Ripple realistically reach $26? This goes into further detail, like what it could do, going from the $5 to $26 range. Now, the all-time high for XRP was around $3.48 or $3.50, something like that, nearly $4. And in my opinion, in the next bull run, 100% in my opinion, not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, but it has all the ability to go back up to its all-time high. And in my opinion, even further from that as well. So I do think it has the mathematical probability and possibility to go to $26. That is realistic if you take into account the money that's locked up into the stock market. If you look into the money that's in real estate, in precious metals, these are all interesting things to look into. And if you take a percentage from those different asset classes and put it into XRP, into cryptocurrency, you're going to be seeing new all-time highs for pretty much the most of the market. And that being said, with the most of the market, I believe CoinMarketCap quote that there's about 6,000, nearly 6,000 cryptocurrencies that's out there. Not all of them will survive. This is similar to the dot-com boom of 2001. And the interesting statistic from there was that 95% of the companies from the dot-com boom didn't survive. So only 5% survived. So I'm using that statistic and putting that and translating that into the crypto space. I feel that 95% of the cryptocurrencies that are out there at the moment will not survive. So it is pretty much survival of the fittest, or the survival of the most adaptive. Do let me know what you think down in the comments below about whether XRP could reach $26. In my opinion, I think it has the ability to do so. So let me know what you think. So XRP could rally significantly, and only one thing is holding it back, and that is the fact that it is tied to the price action of Bitcoin. Now, at the moment, there is this thing about the decoupling. Everyone's talking about the decoupling of XRP and Bitcoin. For now, Bitcoin reigns supreme because of the recent Bitcoin halving and the fact that it is the #1 coin that's out there on the market. It just happens to be the case. First market mover advantage, that's with Bitcoin. So, it's going to take some time for XRP to decouple from the price action of Bitcoin. But again, if you translate it into the precious metals area as well, silver and gold pretty much follow their trend line as well. So, it may just be a thing where they just follow each other. I don't think it is the only thing that is holding back from XRP. There is major resistance, and I do feel that XRP is severely undervalued in my opinion. And at the moment, we are going to be seeing the floodgates open, certainly with the new ruling that we've been seeing in the US. So also, I do have another article about the US banks offering crypto custody, insanely bullish and also risky. That's the other thing you have to also take into account here, is that this is a very risky move on the ruling because, it's the idea of banks holding cryptocurrency. Will that increase further adoption? I think in the grand scheme of things, I think it will. So I think there is that there as well. Plenty of other things. Now I have some basic technical analysis to go through with you guys. We do go further into this with our coin calls group. And many people are loving what we're doing, what we're providing over there, the different weekly coin calls and also the monthly coin calls as well. And on top of that, we go through in our webinars as well, go through some technical analysis as well on that. So you can see here, this is the chart of XRP versus the US dollar. And you can see here, this is when the famous moment of 2020 happened. And you can see here that most of the world followed this sort of trend here, this sort of downward trend. So this is not technical really, this is more fundamental. Now, what we're seeing on the technical side is the fact that we've been seeing this downtrend here go down to nearly 10 cents of a dollar. We've been seeing XRP creep back up to the 20-cent region, and it's been testing the 20-cent region ever since. So that is more of a technical side of things. So this is when we talk about how fundamentals and technicals go hand in hand. This is a prime example of what happens here. And in my opinion, if we look at what's happening with XRP, this is pretty much the price action of most of the coins that are out there on the market. It is severely suppressed in value. Do let me know what you think down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to